Hello, Internet. This is Scott Null.
And I'm apparently Nostalgic Man.
Captain Nostalgia, you stupid piece of shit.
I don't even fucking
know my name. You will get your name right, or I will put you back in the box.
I love that box. That box smells nice now.
Welcome to this week's episode of Nullspace. We're talking nostalgia this week. We're talking pretty much everything to do with nostalgia, either looking at games with nostalgia glasses and how games today aren't as good as they used to be, in other words, get off my lawn. And looking at games that you thought were good when you were a kid, but if you went back now, you
probably would cry.
Yeah,
oh, this is shit!
Weep openly and wonder what the hell was wrong with you. So, Jerry, what was the last game that you remember playing that didn't stack up to the memories?
Probably 1080. I played a little while ago.
Oh yeah, it's 1080 boxing.
1080 boxing. 1080 snowboarding. I remember playing the shit out of that back in the day. I'm like, yeah, snowboarding! Oh, fuck yeah! And I'm like, really, I don't know, stupid kid. But going back to it on the 64, and I was like, wow, these controls are shit! There's nothing to look at in scenery. And the jumping is like, it's kind of based off realistic physics, I guess. Not physics, but not more of an arcade. But I don't know. To me, I just didn't feel like it held up pretty much.
I think the last game I played that I was sorely disappointed in, it was the first game I got for PS2, which was Dark Cloud.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that one where...
You were watching me play it, and I was raving about it for weeks. Just like, oh, this game is awesome.
You don't even know, man. You don't even know.
Sit back and witness the magic. And then I popped it in, and you were just like, oh, yeah, it's a JRPG. And are you getting weapon damage and thirst?
That's right. Then you would have.
I'm like, yeah. Oh. Are those dungeon levels randomly generated and really repetitive? Yes.
Yes.
Do they go on needlessly for about 20 levels? Yeah.
So fucking awesome.
But hey, there's a Sim City build sim in there, isn't there? Yeah. That's kind of cool. Guess. Then played on, and I got about maybe 3/4 of the way through the game, and I just didn't want to play anymore.
No, that's fair. I get a lot of people coming into the shop and like, you got Dark Cloud, bro! I'm like, yeah, we got Dark Cloud. Yes! And he takes it home like, I'm so excited! And they never come back.
They never come back. They never say anything about it.
They never speak about that game again.
They never come back because the game was so awesome that they're still playing it now.
Oh my god, they probably are.
I mean, it was a good game back then. Did it hold up at all? No. No.
So, like, I mean, we play a lot of Pokemon, don't we? Like, I'm still playing X and Y. I'm still going on into Ruby, but that's kind of based off a little bit, like, nostalgic. Like, you know, because that's how you got me to play X and Y. Like, you should play X and Y because it's based off kind of like the older Pokemon.
I played it because it wasn't like the older Pokemon. X and Y it feels like it's finally a sequel.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario World. Mm-hmm. It's that much of a difference playing it and finally going, oh my god, new life in a once dead series.
Well, you got me to play it because you were saying I can bring back like kind of like my old starting team. Like I was able to have like Mewtwo, Blastoise, you know, all my starting Pokemon back there, which I kind of like, yeah, I'll fucking like play that again. So that kind of built into my nostalgic right there.
The second definition of nostalgia I want to talk about.
Scott's eating Reese's Pieces minis.
But no, they're just Reese's Cups mini. They're mini.
Mini quiches.
Was the feeling that I remember having for Gold and Silver. Do you remember that? That how excited you were when those came out? You were just like, oh my fucking god, it's Pokemon 2! And it was just like there were new Pokemon. There were like 100 new Pokemon you've never seen before. Except in the Pokemon movie. Don't be a Brontosaurus, Jerry.
I never got Soul. Or I didn't get a Soul Silver or Gold.
Well, I was talking just Gold and Silver.
Oh, fuck you. I didn't get Gold or Silver. I actually stuck with the classics as they kept on going on. I don't know. I was stuck in nostalgic kid mode. Like, I don't want to move on. I want to stay here.
You were nostalgic while it was going on.
Yes, apparently I was.
Well, this is as good as life is going to get. You were a grim kid.
No, I don't want to go forward in time.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
There's this weird little creepy guy who touches my ding-ding.
I'm going to edit that out.
No! You're going to keep it. No, no, I do remember fondly with playing Pokemon Yellow. We're sitting in my bed and playing my black Game Boy and like trying to find out the perfect lighting so I can goddamn see my game. But
that's the big thing. That's what we forget as gamers a lot, is not necessarily remembering the game itself, but remembering the time in which you were playing it and enjoying it. That's what I feel is really what you're focusing on. Because I remember getting off of school for winter break and coming back home and just not being stressed, because I hated campus life my first year.
sure.
And I was just home again. I had no stress, and I just remember playing World of Warcraft. It's snowing out. I have my coffee that I just bought from the gas station.
Yeah.
It's early morning. I remember my sister was home at the time, and she's just up watching TV. And of course, I attribute that to what? I attribute that to, man, I really loved World of Warcraft. But no, I liked the entire setting of enjoying myself with the game. If you look at it now, that could have been any game.
No, it could have, yeah.
I mean, I remember having the same exact scenario, but I was playing Doom on my laptop.
I have very many, like, all of my fucking nostalgic stories are all like that. Like, all these nice scenarios that I can picture myself playing on Christmas. Like, the day before Christmas, I get a game, I can open it up, play it, like, and it's snowing outside. I got the lights behind me of the tree, and the kitty's, like, sitting right next to my lap, and I'm just enjoying GoldenEye. I'm like, this is so great. I'm like, but instead, if you look at it today, is GoldenEye part of that, has the game gotten better, or is it just my memory?
That's the nostalgia feeling is... Are you playing GoldenEye to try and recapture the feeling you had back then?
Sometimes, yeah. Because I feel like, as I get older, I'm not as happy anymore because I'm working more and I can't actually enjoy the new games that come out because I don't have time for them.
Well, there you go. You said you're not as happy anymore.
No.
Are you just remembering yourself happier?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
No, I mean, are you being nostalgic about your childhood? And remembering that you are happier than you are now? Or have you always just been this level of happy?
I try to think that I was always kind of happy, but I feel like nowadays I'm not as happy, and I guess I'm just trying to generate that happiness.
Regenerate the happy.
Regenerate!
Clear!
That's a big fear of me, It's like I always want to make sure I'm always happy, because if I'm,
Because if I'm never happy... If I'm not happy once, I will die.
Well, depression runs pretty hard in my family, and I don't want to make sure I get off that, that steep end.
True. I think depression is becoming more of an epidemic than in previous generations. Personally, I have no idea what's causing it, but I can totally see it.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's the food you eat or the environments. It could be anything.
Personally, I'm on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications, so high five!
Cool. I'm not on any of that. I just try to control myself as much as I can.
Oh, aren't you special? I'm
not, actually.
But back to the actual gaming aspect of this show, now that we're done crying. One of my favorite memories, we just call this video game memories.
Oh, it's nostalgic, duh.
As a kid playing... on my Super Nintendo Mario RPG. It was just before Christmas time. Getting later in the afternoon. Christmas break had already started, but we were just getting the tree up and everything like that. So the room was dark, but you had the tree on.
Yeah.
And I've got that big TV in my big, he was just a huge projection TV. Those rear projection ones that were just big boxes that looked like shit.
Yeah, I remember those. Those were great.
But I'm just sitting there by it. And just came back from buying more decorations, and just every time I play a Mario RPG, it makes me remember that. And there's that little sad part of me that wants it to be like it felt back then.
Yeah,
but I mean, it can't be. I don't get Christmas break like that. No. The game's not new to me anymore. That's okay. There's a question for you. If you could have selective amnesia and completely erase 3 games from your memory so you can experience them as new all over again, what 3 do you pick?
You know what? First thing that came to mind was actually BioShock. I remember playing that and going, like, my mind was just fucking blown. I love the scenery, and I love walking around. I love just, like, looking at every single fucking detail that they had in that game, and I was just being blown away by every single spectacle. And I would love... The ending was fucking killer, too. I didn't get me there. I love the ending. And now I play it again, but I'm like, yeah, I get the ending. It's still cool. It's still fun to watch, but I don't know, playing BioShock again for the first time would be so fucking awesome.
And it's a fairly new game. So, do you think you'd feel the same way about it that you did back then?
No, because I remember, of course, that whole nostalgic setup, and there was that perfect moment in time where, like, I'm sitting in my dorm room where I just arrived in Minneapolis, and I'm just starting to get to know new people around my campus, and I didn't know anything around me. I was, like, so far away from home. And this game was, like, the only thing that was bringing me company, and I still had one friend next to me that I just met, and she was wonderful, Sarah. And she's like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And she's the one that actually took me to Target, picked it up. I was like, all right, I didn't have that much money, but I spent $60 on this fucking game, took it home, and I played it. And she was like, with me, watching me. And it was just kind of like this nice little adventure. I had my new friend, and I have, getting to know people on the campus. And it was that nice summer, too, where everything was just starting to turn. And it was that nice, awesome energy that everybody had there with the creative energy, drawing and whatnot. So I don't think I can relive that moment again if it was brought back to me, because that energy helped, making me remember.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm thinking something that I actually believe would feel the same for me now would be a game I'd love to experience as new all over again, but it's a game I play every year anyways. It's Skyrim.
Skyrim?
I mean, it's going to make me feel pretty much the same because it just came out maybe 3-4 years ago, and my current life isn't all that different. So, but yeah, I'd love to experience that game brand new over again. I mean, you can't really be nostalgic about a game that you're still playing pretty much. I still have not seen every inch of that game.
Yeah, it's a pretty massive game. I'm trying to think of maybe an older kind of, like, I used to play a lot of fucking Crazy Taxi back in my day. And I think that game is actually still pretty fun because it's just an arcade game. You just pick up and you go and you just collect points, and when you're done, you just kind of walk away. And, I think it still holds up pretty well. And I don't know if that game probably came out today without me even playing it, I think I'd probably still play it a lot more.
Some of my favorite RPGs, like Final Fantasy VII, Kingdom Hearts, I think Final Fantasy VII would probably be profound no matter when you played it, if it was the first time. I mean, of course, the surprises were already ruined for me, because, I mean, everybody knows, the big twists in Final Fantasy. But Kingdom Hearts, I think it probably wouldn't resound with me as much anymore, because I was just a high school kid back then. And it really, that was like the first JRPG that I ever played.
Sure.
And the story of other worlds and all that, I've never had that kind of idea before, so it was just so magical.
Magically delicious.
It was magically delicious.
Delusionist? Yeah. There's going back to now, Gary, I'm going to talk to you about you for a minute here with Mega Man Legends.
Friend of the show, Gary.
Gary! I know you're fucking listening to this right now.
Actually, Gary brought up a good one, a good game he remembers that isn't as good as he believed it was.
What?
Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages.
Ah, yes, that one.
And I have to agree with them. I remember that being a lot better, and when I got it on...
the 3DS download, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, this is sure two halves of a game, and neither half is that good.
I still like Link's Awakening, though.
That's because Link's Awakening was better. I didn't remember quite that it looked that similar to Link's Awakening. I thought it looked closer to Link to the Past. And now I look and the sprites are identical, and it was just a little bit more color. Yeah,
I went back to Ages and I started playing it again because I was trying to see it because I had an actual physical copy of it. And when the download came out, I'm like, meh. And then actually just geared me to go buy Link's Awakening on my 3DS again anyway. So that didn't really matter to me.
I bought it. I bought both Oracle and Seasons because I loved them when they first came out. And they were like, yeah! And now I couldn't beat them. I couldn't get through them again.
Wow.
Well, anyway, you were saying?
Oh, yeah, with Gary. Gary, he praises the Mega Man Legends trilogy of Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 and the Tron Bon. And He fucking loves these. These are on his shelf, and he loves these. Those are his babies, and that's his nostalgia. And he's been pushing so many years for me to play these. And I just got into Tron Bonnegain, which was on the download store. I'm playing it. The controls are decent. They could be a little tighter, but, dealt with the PlayStation 1 controller that maybe didn't have a joystick analog. So you're kind of fighting with that a little bit. And playing a little bit of Mega Man Legends 2, when he let me borrow it for a bit. It was good, the same control scheme, and, the dialogue is pretty interesting, and the animation is, decent as much as you can expect for PlayStation 1. I thought it was a average, enjoyable game, but, of course, with Gary, I think he has nostalgic eyes, and he's like, he will play the shit out of these games over and over and over. He praises them. And there's nothing wrong with the games at all. I think they're very good games. I think he just, is part of that nostalgia factor. Like, there's something in his childhood, I think, just, escalated even better to him in his mind. I have those too. Everybody has those. And Gary, I'm very sorry. I mean,
we'll talk
I'm not knocking on Mega Man Legends. I am not knocking on it, Gary.
He was talking about how it was shit before we started recording. He was saying that Gary, Mega Man Legends is just garbage. Fuck that. Okay.
I'm just trying to give an example. That's all, because
I'm sure he knows.
Gary,
stop talking to someone who isn't in the room.
He's gonna kill me. You don't understand.
Okay. Come on. One more game that you would completely blank out of your memory to experience once all over again.
Fucking God, it's a good one.
I'd say Ocarina of Time, but I'm almost with that one. You would almost have to blank out all of the Zeldas since then.
Maybe I need the nostalgic factor on the on Zelda though, because there's a lot of Christmas family, a lot of weird dad scenarios. My dad would fight with the game with me. My dad would love that game.
Your weird dad.
My dad would fight for that game when he get home. Like, I need to play. Get on the fucking couch. So he would do it.
Get on the way, you piece of shit.
Alright, fucking Zelda.
Smack you off the chair. And
he beat it before I did. He was fucking balling.
He beat me when I was.
No, but what is it? No, like
fuck you, Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
I remember the first time I fought Metal Gear Rex, I was terrified.
Really?
Oh my god, I was so excited. I was actually bouncing. You know how excited I get when I play games.
Yes, I know. Your tits bounce everywhere in your face. You're like, oh.
I was fucking bouncing up and down when Metal Gear started moving, and I honestly think I would feel the same way.
Really? Wow.
Those are my three.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, no, okay, sorry.
Well, I want to go back into this because I read a lot of articles of people who never played Ocarina of Time, and they go, I'm finally going to pick it up. And they pick it up for 3DS, or they got it on the download channel, and they go, yeah, it's fine. You know, whatever. Like, I don't see what people are gassing on about it, and that's part of that nostalgia factor, I think.
Okay, Jerry, your third game.
I don't fucking know.
If you can think of a third title here, I'll give you Clugor. No, you don't.
No, don't give me Clugor.
You have to bet. You have to win.
It's probably going to be very stereotypical. Maybe you know what? No, I know one. Ghostbusters, the video game.
Oh,
I am a huge fucking Ghostbusters fan.
Well, yeah, but
no, I've played that game numerous times.
Which one?
All of them. Because
the one for Genesis was always awesome.
No, I'm talking about Ghostbusters, the video game, the one for 360 and PS3 and PC.
Oh God!
You don't like that one?
No.
I want to reimagine that one, like fresh, new, whatever. Because to me, I've always wanted a Ghostbusters 3 movie, and this was my Ghostbusters 3. It was written by Dan Aykroyd, and it was all with the voice actors. Everybody was in there. This was their kind of like example, like if this video game does well, we'll greenlight the movie. And they technically did, with just fucking still problems. But it was a moment where this is the closest thing I got, and I was happy with that. And I was able to incorporate it into a video game. This is both my mediums are here. I get the fucking cast of Ghostbusters back, and I get to play them and walk around. Instead of a 2-hour movie, I get to incorporate it with for 10 hours and walk around and enjoy everything.
All right, now we're going to flip the question on its head and go back to your example with Gary here. 3 games that you will defend to the death, despite the fact that they may not be as good as you.
Mario 3.
But that doesn't count because Mario 3 is as good as it gets.
It had secret levels. They weren't that secret enough where it wasn't so encryptic where you don't know what the fuck it was.
There was stuff in there that was so difficult.
I have no idea even how I figured out to duck on that white block for 3 seconds and I go through.
No, fuck that. Fuck the white block. Coin chip.
They're the fucking coin chip. I had fucking no idea how that.
Okay,
I know
coin
that
chip.
appeared one time. I have no idea why it fucking came.
Coin chip. You need to have your coins doubled. It has to be the double digits, so it has to be 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5.
Okay.
You have to end on an even second in the
Okay.
countdown, and your points have to end in blank 0 to be the same number as your double coins.
So you have to be
So
a fucking
5
wizard.
0, 4 0. That has to be how your points end.
So a wizard has to give you a blowjob.
And then the nearest, if you haven't unlocked it yet, the nearest hammer bro walking on the world map will turn
Okay.
into the coin chip.
I'm never gonna remember that, but good job.
I have it. I can do it first level every game because it's really not that hard to do. But I mean, who the fuck decided? You know what? Let's put that in the game and really fuck with people's heads. And I know there was a coin chip before. You guys don't believe me.
But Mario 3, I think is a wonderful. That game gets fucking hard though. Goddamn, even to this day, the Piranha Tube level, whatever the fuck it's called, was it World 7?
Pipe World.
Pipe World, yeah. That one's unforgiving.
But as I'm saying, that one doesn't count. You have to pick another game because
God
that game
damn
will
it.
always be amazing.
It's another good game.
A game you would defend. You know what?
Because I was trying to think, like, I want to defend, like, GoldenEye, because I played the shit out of GoldenEye, but, you know, it doesn't stand up to, like, you know, comparative shooters like, you know, Call of Duty nowadays, where it's really fast action.
I don't know. I haven't played. Granted, I haven't played the campaign for GoldenEye for probably a decade and a half.
I'm sure if, you know what, give it updated controls, you know, get rid of the Nintendo 64, like, with the C buttons, give it another joystick option, it actually probably would feel a lot more solid. Like, Perfect Dark got a HD remake on a Xbox Live store, and that felt fantastic to me, and I still love that game. I love the campaign, I love the multiplayer, which is essentially the same goddamn thing as GoldenEye, and it has a lot of cool like secrets and shit. So yeah, maybe Perfect Dark. I'll go with Perfect Dark.
That kind of reminds me of Bungie making the Halo Anniversary, and how you remember we started it up and we're like, you know, looking at the HD graphics and we're both thinking, oh no, that's how it looked.
Yeah.
It's-
Go back and like, holy shit, where are the polys?
Yeah, oh my god! And it's just like, no, that's totally how it looked. I remember. I had this sort of Xbox, and it doesn't look that different. And then you press the button, and then bam! Oh my god! Everything's made of paper. Just like in my head, it was the same thing with Mario 64 HD. We saw what an HD remake might look like.
Yeah.
and I hated it. I didn't hate it. It's just
It's not what you wanted.
it took that papercraft look of everything out, which was the charm of the game. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, back then that was round.
Mm-hmm.
Circles had at least like 12 sides.
What about because you know the new studio that helped work on Banjo-Kazooie, those guys.
Oh, they're Lily, Kaylee, and
What was it? Anyways, those two. But anyways, Banjo-Kazooie. There's a lot of people like analyzing Banjo-Kazooie. It's like this game was really fucking awesome for the time. Like when you actually played, everything like talked and made a sound. It was really interactive. Like even the puzzles like and it's like
the
that's
controls were excellent.
controls were good. The camera worked really fucking phenomenal. Like the goals were easy enough to understand and just go, and like even if it didn't have like voice acting with it, even like it was still fun to listen to. Like I don't know what's going on. I can't fucking read, but it's like
You can't fucking read. I can't read.
or whatever. Like for like kids, and I think I'll stand by that game. Banjo-Kazooie was a pretty fucking solid title. Like because I know they also remade that for, of course, Xbox Live. Blah blah blah.
But these are titles that have not stood the time of the test of time, but you will defend to your grave.
Yeah, I'll say Banjo-Kazooie. It's funny. It's rare games that I'm picking out. Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie.
I'm going to say that Banjo-Kazooie has stood the test of time.
Yeah, I would say it. Oh, hasn't or has?
Has not.
Oh, has not. Oh,
No,
fuck that.
I'm saying Banjo-Kazooie has. You're supposed to pick one that has not.
Oh, has not.
Something
Oh.
you will defend till your death, but has not stood up.
Oh,
against.
I'm stupid. No, I think Perfect Dark and Banjo both have stood test of time. But okay, what has not?
Like for me, it's not a game I love. In fact, it's a game I fucking hated. Not the same kind of Sonic 06 hate, the kind of hate where I still have nightmares kind of hate.
Okay.
It's Not because the game was bad, it's because the game was too good.
Oh, okay.
And it really broke my 4th grade mind. It was
Okay.
Silent Hill. The first Silent Hill will, for me, I will claim to the day I die, was and is the scariest fucking game on the planet. I've played Shattered Memories, and that's it. I can't play through a game in that series because the first one scarred me.
Really?
It was terrifying. My first ever panic attack was 4 a.m. freaking out about those giant pterodactyl things. That game scared the shit out of me. And I will claim forever that was the scariest, was and is the scariest fucking game ever created.
I want to go back a little bit here, off topic though. Fatal Frame.
Stay on fucking topic for
No.
at least 5 seconds.
No!
That was actually going to be my bet this week. I was going to bet if you could stay on topic the entire episode, we were going to bet Clugor for it. But you can't do it.
Fucking Fatal Frame, because I remember this scenario before I fucking forget. Fucking Fatal Frame. Because you, like, everybody talked about this, like, fucking Fatal Frame is fucking scary, blah, blah, blah. You took it over, and, like, I finally bought it at the store.
It's not scary, but it's interesting.
Yes, but, you got really mad at me. It's just like how Gary gets mad at me, too, when I was trying to play Final Fantasy VII, and I'm making fun of everything. And people are like, no!
It's because you don't have the necessary respect.
Or maybe the fucking necessary nostalgia.
Well, with Final Fantasy VII, no, it's fucking respect. That game is mountain. That game is the epiphany of storytelling.
I know. I'm still going through it right now, though. That's the thing. Like,
That's-
I
you're
made sure to go do it right. Like,
Listen.
I got original PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 1 controller on a tube fucking TV. Make sure with on a RCA
Are
axle
you
thing.
still in Midgar?
I don't know where the fuck I am.
Are you
right
still?
now.
Are you?
I just got done being a female.
You just got done being Tifa.
Yeah.
You are still in Midgar. You can't say anything about this game
This-
until you get to disc 2. Okay?
I'm not okay. Here, I'm not fucking ripping on
He's
the game.
ripping on Final Fantasy VII.
Jesus Christ,
He's a heretic.
You got fucking butthurt over nothing. I didn't say I hated it. I didn't say I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it. But it's your fucking nostalgia that's getting in the way. Kind of with Ocarina of Time, when people are like, I don't know what the fuck, whatever. I'm like, I think it's just, I'm going through it like kind of like a normal game. I'm trying to have that nostalgia that everybody has.
Well, you don't need to. That's the thing. Is with Final Fantasy VII, Midgar is depressingly boring.
Okay.
The entirety of Midgar, because it's just introducing the characters, and the map is so drab, and everything is just such a downer because it's this city, and it goes on forever, and you're living in the slums, and then soon the shit hits the fan. You have not gotten to the shit hits the fan part, and that's when the game finally really opens up. And
Okay.
once you get to that point, you'll still probably go, well, it's got its charm, but until you get there, you just don't know yet.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I've always wanted Final Fantasy VII with the PlayStation. I was always envious of people who had Final Fantasy VII with a PlayStation because I didn't have one. But going back to the other story, like Fatal Frame, you always, like, I was trying to play Fatal Frame that one night. We turned off all the lights. We got Kelly
Oh
over.
yeah, you guys were just kind of like, it's Fatal Frame. And I'm like, oh my god, it's a ghost!
And I was kind of laughing, like, who the fuck is that girl over there? Like, this fucking scary, like, can't
Pay fucking attention.
Like, I don't know, it was fucking... I don't know, I guess it was more like, I guess I wasn't part of that area when I was growing up, and I guess seeing those, like, really dated graphics, it kind of took me out a little bit.
Yeah. That's the thing is, you bring anybody new into Silent Hill, the first one, they're like, why are these boxes talking to me? And I will still be hiding behind the couch, wetting myself. Oh my god, it's a dog and it's evil!
And that's part of the nostalgic eyes right there. I mean,
It's the same thing with the dogs from Resident Evil. Do you remember opening the front door to the mansion and having the dog, like,
I do.
and scaring the shit out of you?
no.
It didn't?
No.
It scared the shit out of me.
I liked Resident Evil 2's design of monsters, and, like, I guess it was a little darker. I liked the police station. But, it didn't really creep me out either. I don't get creeped out very easily.
It wasn't because it looked creepy, it's because it had that excellent jump scare to it, like the dogs jumping through the window.
Right. That one was cool. I like that one. That made me jump scared right there.
It's just, I remember the dogs looking like dog.
Like an actual dog, not an actual, like, shoebox.
And now I look at the video of what the dog, and I was like, It did not look like that.
Yes, it did.
It didn't. It totally didn't. Everyone else is wrong. They've taken every copy of the original Resident Evil, and they've doctored it to make this dog look like stupid. I know, because I remember that dog looking like my fucking nightmares.
Okay, so going back of what I feel like has not aged well, but I will defend.
Yeah. You pick one that I can make fun of, and then you can feel butthurt.
Let's see. I don't mind feeling butthurt.
Tomb Raider.
No way.
Tomb Raider has not stood.
You know what a lot of people don't like is actually the Super Mario Kart.
The original Super Mario Kart? See, again, that's another game I haven't played for 2 decades, and I remember it being pretty good.
A lot of people are like, no, I like
I mean, we can play it again, and I could just go, holy shit, this is awful, but that's Diddy Kong. That's one.
Diddy Kong I can't defend. I can't get back into that one again. I even bought it on a DS again. Couldn't get it. I'm like, this is a lot better in my childhood, I think.
Yeah, Diddy Kong has not, but, Diddy Kong. You know, I spent most of my time playing Diddy Kong, not actually racing. I was just kind of shitting around the hub map.
Sure. Oh, that was actually kind of like, you just dick around and stuff. We're looking at your collection.
We're looking at the collection, but I think Star Fox will always be amazing.
I don't know. I think the rail shooter thing is just so simple. Like, anybody can pick up and go and just kind of just go with it, and it's really fun.
See, you got to think more, because I have more to bring up, and we have to move on from this topic, but I can't back down because you have to actually stay on topic. So give me one game that you will defend until you die, and is not as good as you think.
It's not a good thing. Fucking Super Star Wars. That game has horrible fucking jumping. Like, you have to press, like, this weird, like, up and press B at the same time, but not at the same time, but, like, slight out second, and you have to do a super jump, and the levels are fucking, like, tricky as fuck, and you have to memorize them so you don't fucking die, and it's a lot of trial and error. They don't give you enough power-ups, they don't give you enough exercise, but then again, I still find that game fucking fun.
You said fuck at least 4 times.
Fucking fuck. Super Star Wars, it is very unforgiving, it's bullshit, and I still like it.
Well, okay. What's a game you Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck is just game is also very unfucking forgiving.
It's unforgiving, but it's a bad game.
No, it's Mega Man clone.
It's not as good as Mega Man.
It's a fucking Mega Man clone.
No, there's your game. Darkwing Duck was terrible.
That's not that bad.
It's
okay,
terrible.
then I guess this is the whole conversation. Yeah, I'll defend Darkwing Duck.
Exactly. Darkwing Duck was terrible.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
We found the game. It just was.
It was not bad.
It
was tough as me as a kid. Of course, fucking Mega Man's still tough for me now.
Well, the difference between Darkwing Duck and Mega Man is palpable, because you had Mega Man looked graphically worse, but still had more charm. The controls, for whatever reason, were better. Probably because you didn't have to marry your jumps in Mega Man. Did Mega Man have smoother jumps, or did
it was the same jumps?
It's
the same controls.
Darkwing Duck is terrible.
And all right, and whoever's fucking listening out there, I want you to play fucking Darkwing Duck on NES. Find a ROM of it. I don't give a shit.
No. We do not support pirating here. You go to your local or online and
your eBays.
And you will buy a version of this and a system, if need be. Buying,
whatever, how you can get it. Whatever. Try Darkwing Duck and then Mega Man, and then just kind of like figure out like their jumping and running and shooting. You'll notice that it's the fucking same goddamn thing.
There are huge. That's the thing. In Darkwing Duck, there are such huge gaps between anything on the screen, and in Mega Man, at least something's always going on.
There's also a jumping mechanic where you're supposed to jump on ledges. You grab on it. I kind of like that one.
Anyways,
continuing on.
We can finally move on.
Fucking fun one. Okay.
You know another game that I remember playing recently that wasn't as good as I remember it, and I'm going to get hanged for this one.
Go ahead.
Is Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one.
I remember that being, and artistically, as the whole games are art argument, is the one I would pick. Mm-hmm. That would be what I pick to define games as art, because it's visually amazing. It's the music, the soundtrack is still
stunning.
It's unbeatable.
Yeah.
The control schemes, absolute garbage.
I know. I was kind of in the same boat with you when you rebought the HD collection.
Oh, and I loved that game when it was first out, and I beat it. And the thing is, I don't remember beating it with any sort of like frustration.
No,
I beat it, and it was like, that was a good game. And I tried doing that now, and it's just like, you still want to fucking go awesome.
That was fucking awesome. Like, I remember I have great nostalgia feelings. I beat it with my friend. The ending, like, wow, it goes into eco, and it's all good, blah, blah, blah. And then watching you play it years later, and I was in we were in the store, and you're like, fucking can't make this goddamn jump, and fucking fell out of my face again. And I was like, you went studying, you were like, you were stuck on that one part for like a good half hour. And I was like, oh, fucking give me the control. I started going up there. I missed a couple of times. I finally got the jump. Like, this jump was so fucking frustrating. It was so unnecessary. I'm like, why are we having this much problem now? Do we have problems then? No. Why? Are we old now? We're fucking old. We're just fucking old now.
We're old. We're not as good because we've been pampered by easier controls.
That's probably it.
That's House of Dead Ninjas has shown me that I am not as good at games as I used to be, but I can get it back. Try and play through Super House of Dead Ninjas. Okay. It will take you a long time to get to the bottom of that tower, but once you do it, you will feel fucking accomplished.
All right, one game that has not aged at all well, but is still fun, we'll defend, House of the Dead 2.
It doesn't count, because that's the game you're playing on because it's so bad.
I played it legitimately because I enjoyed it because it wasn't bad.
it's a game that you're playing because the translation's so fucking awful. And
here's the thing: I actually played it in the arcade, and I legitimately liked it. Like, I didn't really think much of the dialogue because I ignored it.
Okay, if you put that game on mute, it's perfect. It's a good game. It's
Dogs of the AMS.
It's genuinely a good game if you put it on mute. That doesn't count. I mean, that arguably that is a rail shooter, an arcade rail shooter, and it's still as good as it used to be.
Have you seen the visuals?
Oh, who fucking cares about the visuals? And yes, I have House of the Dead 2 and 3. I've got it, and
I got it too. I also got it on Dreamcast,
and it's just how you. I mean, when I'm picturing it in my head, that's how it looks on the screen.
Okay,
but how
do you think like kids look at it now, though? Like our new demographic.
If we got some kids to play it, I think they still have a great time with it.
I think they have a good time.
Okay, I showed it to Kelsey.
Okay,
she's new to a rail shooter. So she's missing. I can see her. That's the thing with the Wii version is you see the crosshairs on the screen.
Yeah, it's a little cheating thing, but yeah.
But what are you shooting? Do? She's missing, and then the door flies open, and the kid runs out, and bam, shoots a kid right in the head, and it was the funniest thing I have ever seen. I was laughing for about 5 minutes, and she had a great time playing it.
See, now you're building up nostalgic for her.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
That's one of the reasons I can't play Trauma Center.
Oh.
I can't play Trauma Center because of one of my exes, and I can't play Lollipop Chainsaw because of a different ex. Okay, but Trauma Center, my favorite story. Okay, so she's sitting with me on the couch, and it's her turn to play. It's her turn to try the surgery, and I played through the first one. This is the one for Wii.
Okay.
Like the New Blood, and she doesn't apply the anesthetic before she starts sewing him up.
Oh,
and
goody.
she's like, she's doing the zigzag thing on the screen, and the score keeps going, tam, bam, bam, down, 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 because she's hurting him.
Yeah.
And all I can think in my head is just he's laying there screaming as she's sewing him shut. And I start laughing so hard that the couch starts shaking, and the zigzagging gets worse, and it's going all over. And then all I can hear is him screaming louder and louder, and she's like, shut up, shut up! But yeah, I have the game. I can't sell it because I have that memory. But I can't play it because it bums me out.
I have a lot. That's pretty much my whole bedroom. You know this. No, not the bumming out part. Don't look at me that way. No, like I have a lot of everything I attach myself to.
Yes, because you are Captain Nostalgia.
And I got album memories for everything that I own.
My whole bedroom just bums me out. Maybe you got to get a window. I don't want to.
All right, where are we now? What are we talking about?
We're talking about nostalgia.
Fucking nostalgia, whatever. Bumming you out. I mean, there are certain games. Going back into like one thing I would like to relive is probably Super Mario World 1 or 2. on Super Nintendo. I would love to relive those again.
Yoshi's Island, maybe. But I think I have the memory of Yoshi's Island because I played it at my cousin's house and ignored my cousin.
I think I like the memories more of wanting a Super Nintendo for Super Mario World more.
Never wanted a Super Nintendo.
I fucking dreamed for one. Oh my god. I mean, same thing for like 64 though.
When Super Nintendo had just come out,
Okay.
I was still too young to know that there were other video games other than my NES.
Okay.
And when the 64 came out, see, I had missed the Super Nintendo generation.
Okay.
And I would have literally murdered.
I think we talked about this numerous
Anyways,
times, and we both agree, like, yeah, we would have killed for a 64.
And then my mom was like, we got you the new Nintendo one Easter. And I was like, oh my god. And then I opened the box, and it's a Super Nintendo, and I could have died. I really could have. I could have. I mean, if a little boy's broken heart could have killed him, that would have happened.
My parents did something very similar to me on my birthday. Because I really, really fucking... The only thing I wanted was the Nintendo 64. I dreamed of this thing. I bought player's guides of like Zelda Ocarina of Time and other games to read about them, just to get some sort of feeling that like I'm pretending to play them. I desperately wanted this. And my parents got me a 64, but they didn't do it right about it. It's like, we got you a little present. They gave me a present. I started getting like, no, I really want it. I was such a bastard fuck. I think I just wanted it so bad. And they're like, oh, here it is. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I shit my pants. I was so excited. They said it's a part of a Christmas present, blah, 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 too. So, but I remember that day. I know it was a little shit, but
yeah, now you're going to hell.
now I feel a little bad about it. But no, I love that. I love my 64. But, the marketing with that thing, like, I know we both would have killed for it. I don't know why.
Forget the commercials. Forget all of that. I just remember seeing Mario 64 at Toys R Us and seeing Mario swimming. It was the hub world. He hadn't even entered the castle yet, and I was completely blown away. It was the first game. It was the first game in that kind of 3D we've ever seen. I know.
That was the first thing I saw too. Like I knew. I think somebody in my family had it. And it was like we went to the house and I saw him like we got the new 64. I'm like, what's that? And they just showed the hub world of Mario 64, and they showed the controller. I was just like, what is this? What does that do? Oh my god! I was like just watching him and just like being mesmerized by this and just drooling on the floor.
I mean, it's just that moment that I grew up playing Mario 3 and loving Mario 3 and loving Mario. And then one day, the whole world had fucking changed and there was a third dimension. What? I'm going to be telling my non-existent kids this story. When I was a kid, when we first started our first 3D game, I shit my pants.
Well, going back onto an article that you read a while ago.
No, I don't read articles.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry about that. You don't read. Like certain games that age and don't age well, but went out at the same time. We were talking about Tomb Raider versus Mario 64.
Yeah.
Mario 64 still and plays really fucking well even to this day.
The game is wonderfully smooth.
I mean, that one I can actually still introduce to new audiences and go, this is a fucking Mario game.
Which is why it really fucking confuses me that Mario Sunshine's controls were so awful.
I thought they were pretty similar.
Because it's just a fucking sequel, They just had to take the port and make it prettier. But no.
Compared to Tomb Raider's controls.
That's why I don't understand camera work in games. Banjo-Kazooie had the camera. It worked just fine.
Yeah, it just followed you around. It was really good.
Then you have Kingdom Hearts come out, and it's back to, like, square one. Why did they keep throwing out their old work before continuing,
I don't know.
Well, anyways, I have a great game that didn't age well.
What?
That we both played in the store.
What is that?
Driver.
Oh, fucking
Do you remember
Driver.
Okay, I remember playing Driver and never having a problem back when I was a kid.
No, I remember, popping in, getting outside. We could not get out of the fucking parking lot structure.
No, it was a joke. We played that game for hours, just sitting there going,
what did we do?
how am I this bad now? We tried different controllers. It's just like...
No, it's a controller, man. It's fucking whatever.
I remember playing through this entire game without a single crash. I never crashed into anything. And now I can't get out of the fucking garage. It was like driving a boat.
Do you think we're just spoiled with control schemes nowadays?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like compared to, like, say, Burnout Paradise that you love so much.
Burnout Paradise. I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto 4 versus 5.
Oh my fucking god, 4 sucks controls so bad. Like, I would rather get a donkey dick slapped on my face.
You said that about everything, though.
I love donkey dick.
I think we just got to get a donkey.
You just got to get a donkey dick off that website. But no,
I don't want to know which website.
Pikmin still aged well, I think.
You're just looking at my shelves.
I am looking at your
now.
shelf. I need to get my collection because I have everything.
Spyro,
No.
I think still ages pretty well.
You know what? I just had some guys come over and start playing Spyro 3. I'm
You
like,
just broke in your house and stuff. We're playing Spyro 3.
fuck, why are they... I think we were filming something.
Got you tied down.
Yeah, some guy...
This is some kinky shit.
the guys who helped me work with the YouTube channel, they were over and they're all hanging out. And they were busting my PS3. They bust out Spyro 3. And they're like, yeah, Spyro 3! And they're all playing and talking about it and having their own nostalgia feels about it.
Spyro 3 wasn't bad. Spyro 3 was the one with his animal friends.
I don't fucking remember how to play it. I only played the first one. I only got the other two because they were on sale for $1.
Spyro 2 was the best.
Was it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Play
Okay.
through Spyro 2. That game still holds up. Spyro 1 still holds up.
I still like Spyro 1. I just feel like that's still part of my nostalgia factor, though. That's the whole thing. Because I like the voice work, and I like the kind of wonky animations they have.
Spyro 1 versus, like, Croc.
I don't like fucking...
Spyro 1 holds up. Croc does
All right,
not.
I got a good game that does not fucking hold up. Gex.
I never liked Gex to begin with.
Oh, I fucking Gex does not hold up, and I still have a nostalgia for it. Slip of the tongue. He's like says like every single fucking.
Oh yeah, that's his.
Yeah, like there's like 15,000 catchphrases he has. It's like shut the fuck up,
Gex. I'm already playing. I know you're 90s. I know you're cool. Shut the fuck up.
It's like any sort. Oh fucking. Whatever.
Okay. You ever play a game that is so just over the top 90s that it makes your face hurt, like Comic Zone?
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like you almost feel embarrassed that you liked it as a kid.
He's got like a ponytail and everything.
He's a musky, the comic guy, and everyone's like, okay. Even better than that. The names in Burnout. Do you remember the character names in Burnout?
I do not.
Pulling them up. We'll be right back. I totally meant Burnout, not Road Rash. Do you remember the names in Road Rash?
No.
Okay. So there you go. Viper, Chip, Axel, Helldog,
Sergio,
Pony Boy. So yeah, I mean that Bad Dudes. Do you remember how 90s
fucking
Bad Dudes
Are
was?
you bad enough, dude, to save the president?
It wasn't even 90s. That was like
late 80s.
That was 80s. You were saving fucking President Reagan.
What was the fucking other game? Oh god, what was it? Oh, I had horrible names. Hydro Thunder. They're the announcer, and it's like Hydro Thunder, and you click on the boat, misbehave. And that was the name of the boat. And you're like, every time you clicked on boats, you're like, I'm a fuck.
90s games.
90s games were brilliant.
90s games that realized it was the 90s and that Bart Simpson was cool because he was a bad boy.
Eat my shorts. Yeah.
Rock!
He's so fucking rad.
Remember Sonic the Hedgehog in the cartoons?
Yeah. Who
How
doesn't?
90s he was.
Chili dogs.
I'm so fucking 90s! He was almost screaming it at the camera.
How do you feel about Sonic 2?
How do you feel about Eat the Cat?
Yeah, I love Eat the Cats. That was a cute show. It was adorable. This fat little girl from over Isabel.
Sonic 2 will always be amazing.
What was Sonic 1?
Sonic 1 is garbage.
There's no spin attack.
Sonic 1 is utter trash, not even because there's no spin attack, because they make a game. You're introduced, I mean, if this is the first Sonic game you've ever played, because it was the first Sonic game they ever made,
Yeah.
the entire first level, you're like, oh, fucking speed. The game is about speed. And then level 2, Marble Zone, and it's just like, oh,
Less
no
speed.
more speed. I'm standing and waiting a lot. The game has come to a screeching halt.
Yeah. No, I understand. And there's I don't know if you've heard of Retro City Rampage.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
It's a very cool game. It was built off inspiration of like the old Grand Theft Autos 1 and 2,
Yeah.
like the top-down thing. And the guy was basically remodding it and reskinning it to be like old 8-bit sprites with a lot of references.
You know, that's great and all, but I'm getting really sick of the sprite skins. It's like,
Well, if you let me finish, he said, fuck it, it's not going to be a mod or anything like that. It's going to be a whole... He built his old game entirely then at that point, where it's just a top-down game built on all but, like, nostalgia stuff.
all I'm saying is, like, Shovel Knight, great.
Okay. All sprite games?
The sprite games, and the fact that, I mean, playing a sprite game on an HD TV really seems ass backward.
A little bit.
It's just, yeah, I get that fun little, this is what games used to look like feel. But I'm getting really sick of it because now it's just, it's almost as common as zombies.
Yeah, it's kind of becoming a little oversaturated too. I can agree with that.
It's just like, that's what Capcom actually went and did something that I love, is that they're like, you know what, remember DuckTales? Remember how pixelated that was? This is what it looks like HD!
They gave you a new game. You liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you don't generally see HD remakes of platformer pixelation, you know?
Well, I think they're trying to redo that with, what is it, Mighty Number 9. They're not going 8-bit sprite. They're actually doing full...
That's the thing. It's the 8-bit, the 16-bit, the 32-bit sprites. Yeah, they were charming at first when games started going, hey, remember this? But now it's just like, yeah, I do remember that, and that's why I'm not playing those games anymore. I'm playing these games because I can see what I'm supposed to be seeing.
Oh, that's fair. I guess, maybe they're trying... I don't know. Do you think it's games have gone a little hipster?
Yeah, that's a big problem. It's just so cool to be retro now. It's so trendy to be... Well, it's always trendy to be retro. But now the 80s and the early 90s are retro. Mm-hmm. And it's just like... Can we move past that? I know it's easier, and I know it's stylish, but I'm sick of it now. And unfortunately, and that was just the same thing with, you remember your boss was talking about that cartoon episode where it got all pixelated?
Yeah.
And we're finally seeing that joke, the running trope of pixelation reach other forms of media,
which I'm kind of upset about. Was it that new movie coming out, Pixel? And I feel like it's almost an insult to my generation. It's like pandering. I know we talked about that before. That's what it is.
It's just like once it reaches the other medias, the movies, the TV shows. Once you see pixelation like that, I mean, once you see tropes reaching there, it's just like the joke is dead at that point.
Yeah,
it's no longer the inside joke that I remember that. It's now a joke for the masses, so that they can
make fucking money off
it.
They
can sit in their lazy boys and go, it's just like,
yeah, I find it a little,
which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was an entire hipster little rant right there. Still, it's pissing me off.
No, I can understand entirely. I mean, I love chiptone music. I don't listen to a lot of music the way it is, but I love chiptone, and I think chiptune tones, whatever.
The Mighty Boss tones.
Yeah, and I like. And I like hearing variations of it, and it's actually reaching into, like, the dubstep scene and dubsteps and whatnot, the industrial. I'm like, yeah, it's okay, cool, whatever. But I don't know. But yeah, I kind of agree with you with the once it hits mainstream media, it kind of loses its fun.
Yeah, the charm is dead. Actually, the first thing I ever saw that totally pixelated was the intro to Home Improvement.
Oh,
where
yeah?
they made like the part of it looked like a video game, and I mean, back then that was like, oh, look at that. And,
Mm-hmm. What about Scott Pilgrim? I saw Scott Pilgrim in the theater, and I was like one of like 3 people, and I'm like, yeah!
That wasn't just pixelating for the sake of pandering. That was full on making smart references that gamers would get.
Well, the first, like, it was the Legend of Zelda thing, and it was so good.
The Universal chiptone Universal
theme song, like right in the beginning.
I was in love with the movie at that point.
No, yeah, the first 10 seconds, I was knocked off my ass. I'm like, this is great.
It was cool. It was new. Nothing had ever done that before. It was fresh. Now we kind of see it everywhere.
Yeah, we do. Like, I remember when I was in theaters, I saw it like at least 5 or 6 times in theaters. I was so like, I
saw it once in theaters, but it was excellent. And I mean, it was just, and even I've got the entire Scott Pilgrim series. Oh, the entire series, it's 6 books. But
I got the books.
The insane number of references in there for games. It was clearly made for people like me, not the general masses. Because anyone who didn't know what these were would still enjoy the story, but not nearly on the same level.
Yeah, it's for a person who like enjoys manga, video games. Like has like this weird little.
Having Wallace Wells at the very back, the last page, telling you you're an idiot for trying to read it that way. Yeah. Loved it. Your mother and I are very disappointed in you. I was sold. I was like, this is great. The back cover looking all pixelated, and yeah, even the game when it came out, that Brian Lee O'Malley had a part in making.
Mm-hmm. It was half the movie, half the comic, and put into a video game.
It was all pixelated in that style, but it still kept it to a level of it looked good, it looked fresh, it wasn't stale, it wasn't.
The animation was fantastic.
And probably because it wasn't just a reskin, it was an actual. They kind of built a game from scratch using the old styles of doing things.
And you know what? I forgot the band who did the music for the video game, but I love that band. The music in that game was fucking awesome. I have the soundtrack, and it's just amazing. I forgot the band. I apologize.
I still haven't beaten that game.
It's hard. Me and my brother went through it.
That's a problem with nostalgia. Is that it really can turn and bite you in the ass. It's like. Because with this, being nostalgic gives people an opportunity to pretty much just cut out real work and try and play on what you remember, play on your feelings rather than actually do good work.
Sure,
that's what I'm worried about. That's what the problem is with pixelation. It's just like it's cheap. It's easy. It's not good. I mean, I can make a cartoon and put a frog in there and have it crossing the street, and yeah, everyone will get the reference and everyone will go, "That's hilarious!" But is that smart writing? No.
No. I mean, I don't know. I guess when it becomes less popular again, like after the Pixel movie dies, like a couple of years from now, maybe it'll be a little better. But
well, that movie's going to tank. I thought that was going to go right to Netflix, but And you know, and everyone out there knows people that are going to go see it and just demand that. It's just the same thing with Wreck-It Ralph. They're just, and Wreck-It Ralph wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the movie that we thought it was going to be. It wasn't the movie we were promised. It was just it was a movie for everybody, not a movie for us.
No, that was the thing. They need to reach a bigger demographic, and I totally get that. It's fine.
But then you're going to have all of those people out there like, it was hilarious. It's a movie made just for you, Jerry, because it's got all these game references, and it looks like a video game. And I'm like, yeah, I saw that episode of Futurama.
Yeah, it was fine.
And it was cute back then, because these weren't mainstream things still.
Uh-huh. No, I think the closest thing that actually pandered toward me, which I actually loved, was Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
So. Oh, yeah, because Scott Pilgrim just... there were game references in there that took me a while to actually figure out. And you feel stupid. Oh, all the band names are classic Nintendo titles.
Yes, they are.
And it is like, good job. I actually got to play a couple of them, and I'm like...
Clash and the Boys.
Clash of Demon Head.
Clash of Demon Head
was Crash and the Boys, but Clash of Demon Head was fucking excellent. We had that in the store for a while.
We did.
I need to get a copy of that game.
I have a copy of it.
Really?
Do you want to play it sometime?
Yes, I do.
We can play that together.
It was fucking entertaining.
Yeah, it was a good game.
But I mean, I can't remember what book it was, but it was just Scott Pilgrim, and then it had the Sonic logo, the big where you see the map in the background, and everything like that. That hit me in the feels right there, because I'm like, so many people wouldn't know what that is. And it's not just because of that. It's not just because, well, I liked this before, it was cool. It's because it's just like, wow, the writer really gets me.
I think I knew at that point, too, like, I was so excited for this movie, and it finally hit, like, the budgets, too. I'm like, I can see it for $1 now as many times as I want. And I went to go see it. I invited my parents with me. I'm like, hey, let's go fucking see Scott Pilgrim. And at the end of the movie, I'm like, yeah! And I look at my parents like, that was nice, darling. It was like, oh yeah, it's just for me. It sure
was a silly movie. That's my game. My friends were just like, oh yeah, that was funny. And I'm like, fucking Zelda, and he plays, and he's got the
Also, the fight scenes were fucking awesome to me. I'm sorry when oh god.
He exploited their coins, and there's Mega Scott, and
the fucking Ramona's hammer to pull out a person.
They went to the end of What? Yeah, I didn't really get that. It's because they were game references. They were real ones.
No, I guess we're just like going on. Like, no, are we gonna have very much nostalgia over Scott Pilgrim a couple of years from now?
That's the thing. Is okay. Can you think of a game now that you're going to be nostalgic about in the future? I do. I can, and I know what it is, and I know exactly what I'm going to feel
what nostalgic
about. Shut up and let me talk. It's my show.
Fucking... What is it?
Okay. Actually, Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous.
I can see myself, because I'm going to be living with Kelsey soon. I can see myself in maybe 5 years looking back, some days going, I remember when I just sat back in my apartment alone, drinking a beer and shooting down other spaceships and laughing my ass off because I would spam Jesus Take the Wheel just before I exploded. That's going to be the game I feel nostalgia over.
After a recently I noticed I have a little nostalgia with new Super Mario Brothers Wii U. Just because I was over here during Christmas time, we were trying to fucking beat it.
Yeah,
we were destroying each other.
I guess the game didn't have enough charm for me to really feel that way.
It was the closest thing I had for like a Christmas game where I'm at a buddy's house and we're just...
I can tell you what game will. Portal 2.
Portal 2, I already do. Fucking, yeah. I played with everybody. No matter how many times.
Portal 2, Game & Wario.
Yeah, Game & Wario, definitely.
Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8, yeah. I had lots of fights with my friends and family.
Oh, lost a few friends. Family members not talking to me. Yeah.
Bayonetta 2, I'm going to have nostalgia. There was a huge thing with me and my girlfriend where we couldn't get a copy and we sought one down. We finally got it down and, played it. And I'm still, probably a lot of Bayonetta.
You know what? And most of it's going to be Nintendo.
Yeah.
But maybe a little with Wind Waker, but probably not.
I have big things with Wind Waker.
I'm not talking the original Wind Waker. I'm talking the HD remake.
HD? Oh, I got just Wind Waker.
I guess it'd be harder to feel nostalgic about an HD remake. You're buying the HD remake because you're nostalgic. That's another thing. Is companies that are fucking abusing nostalgia.
Are you talking about the new Final Fantasy X and X2 HD remake?
And I'll buy them because that's why nostalgia is dangerous. That's why you have to take everything with a grain of salt and remember: A, things may not have been as good as you remember.
No.
B, even if they were, you can't necessarily recapture how you felt about them back then because you're not actually feeling only the game. You're not remembering only the game. You're remembering the experience. You could cookie cutter it. You could take any game that you enjoy and put it at that specific time and probably still feel the same thing.
So the life lesson here tonight is to continue living your life and making new memories.
Oh, coming from Captain Nostalgia, that means all bullshit. Mister, I got the pizza launcher for Christmas.
No, that was my Ninja Turtle van. I love it. The pizza.
I know.
No, that's very important to do. Like, I can't get new nostalgic feelings if I don't move forward.
I suppose.
There's a lot of new shows that came out without Scott Pilgrim, or, I love those books. Those were great. But Portal, I got the Portal 2 action figures. I got the two Atlas and Peabody.
That's my my main nostalgia game is probably always going to be World of Warcraft, just because it hasn't changed, but I have. That's the strangest thing right there is I can't sit and play it now because I just can't hold the interest in it, and the game is just it's still the same game. Mm-hmm. And I can't go back to it. I've actually outgrown it, which generally doesn't happen to me.
I feel like it's really ironic in my head. I can't get new nostalgic without new IPs.
I don't know. I suppose if Splatoon comes out and is fucking
really
awesome,
good and get a nice scenario.
I don't have the feeling that I'm going to like it as much as a lot of other people. I have a feeling that the game is going to be great, but I'm just not going to be able to enjoy it.
Well, that's okay
because it's not my kind of game.
Oh, yeah, it's built off multiplayer, and you're like, meh, multiplayer, whatever.
I mean, you can even have nostalgia about bad games.
Yeah, that's very true.
McKids.
McKids was a decent game.
Dave and Justin, I played in Dave's basement. Me and Dave played for fucking 7 hours. We were playing McKids and got to the end, and we had a system going where whenever we got low on lives, we'd go back to the specific level where you can get multiple lives and kind of build back up. And Justin comes over for all of 5 minutes, sits down, and we show him where to do it. And he kills himself, and the game ends, and we're like, no! We literally screamed at the TV. And that game is fucking awful. But I still have that kind of,
That's okay.
Memories.
But no, we will have numerous stories of numerous games and toys and references throughout our lives of being nostalgic. And
I'm still trying to think of a few games I'm going to look back on and say, yeah, Doom 3, the BFG edition of the remake, that probably. Because that was back when I was working at the store.
Yeah, I remember.
And it was after hours, and it was dark, and it was like Christmas time. And
I remember you called me, like, want to come over? You were playing Doom BFG, and I was playing the new Halo 4.
There you go.
And I was playing the new, like, kind of weird maps, and we're just kind of chatting back and forth. Yeah, that was a good time. time, like I will have references between both those games at that point. That was a nice time.
Yeah, that was nice.
No, it was like 2:00 in the fucking morning, and
Yeah.
we're just kind of playing these games.
There you go, Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Again with Justin, but this time we're just like, okay, when Minecraft first hit consoles, when it first hit the 360, and I had to get it,
Yeah.
I got a 360 just for that.
And you sold your 360 as soon as the
Yeah,
PS3 came out.
As soon as I was done with it, I was like, here, Tim. But Justin's over, his girlfriend Natalie's sitting on the couch, and we're just like, okay, 5 more minutes. We're playing co-op, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and Justin's like, okay, I'm mining down here. 5 more minutes, and then I was just like, oh shit, that was half an hour. You know what? 5 more minutes will be done. I was like, oh shit, that was another. You know what? I'm just gonna finish this one thing, and then. Do you hear birds? And the sun is up, and we were like, oh shit.
That's happened to my girlfriend numerous times where I'm like, all right, honey, I'm going to go to bed. Like, no, just 5 more minutes. And it was like that 5 minutes turned into 1 hour, and then another half hour, then 20 more minutes, and then another 3 hours, and it just keeps on going.
Worst game for that is FTL, Faster Than Light.
Yeah.
Because it was the game, it's like Oregon Trail in space. And the game goes so fast that you kind of lose track of time. Because the game isn't, it's not actually going that fast. It's actually going pretty slowly. Because you can actually make it turn-based with the pause button and stuff like that. And you strategize and everything. But you get so into it that suddenly you're like, okay, I fucked up on that one. And the game is entirely about luck. And it's just like, I fucked up on that one. I know what to do this time. I'm going to play one more time and get it through. Okay, that only happened because I got shit luck this time. I'm going to play one more time. Then I'm going to work. Then I'm going to bed, I swear, because I have to work in the morning. And then suddenly the sun's up, and holy shit, I played FTL all night long. These are the memories we're making.
And hopefully we'll continue to make more. You want to call it quits now?
Probably not. Animal Crossing.
What about it? Fucking first Animal Crossing, I'm sorry.
Awful. First Animal... You and Gary are just dead wrong.
Why?
The first Animal Crossing is such a pain in the ass.
I fucking agree with you. I'm the one who posted that.
I thought.
No, I was being sarcastic. Like, oh yes, I love waiting fucking days to
Gary,
get fossils.
You're ridiculous. The first Animal Crossing is absolute garbage.
No, it's shit. I'm sorry. It's no that fucking.
I mean, yeah, the Nintendo games you could unlock were neat, but holy fuck, that game was awful.
Like, I go to Blathers. Blathers like, well, I don't have my certificate, so you're gonna have to.
It's gonna take a week.
You're gonna mail it to me, and I'll mail it back to you,
and then you're done for the day. There's nothing else to do.
And it's like when you finally come back a week later, it's like you already have this fossil. Well, fucking great.
Throw the game out the window. I remember with Mikey who got me into Wild World.
Yeah,
yeah.
I got into Wild World when I first got my DS Lite because I didn't really like the first design of the DS. And I'm like, I just picked it off Game.
No one liked the first design.
I picked it off Game Crazy. I forgot who sold it to me, and they're like, "Hey, if you're looking for something, I'm like, what are you looking for?"
Could have been me.
Really?
Yeah.
There was somebody who was saying, looking for time to kill. This is what you want.
That's the thing that was me because I got you and was your sister into it or
I got my sister into it after.
Yeah, I think I got you into it, and I think
really
I'm the one who ruined your life, Jerry.
You know, I might still have the receipt inside back of my box. I'll check on it tonight.
Yeah, you look.
I guess I will.
All right, well, that's good for tonight. Jerry, what are you playing this week?
Actually, it's built off nostalgia. A long time ago, I played a demo called Carmageddon 2.
No, I have no idea what you're talking
back on
about.
PC days with my buddy, and we, had like the single core processor of, 9 megahertz, whatever. Anyways, I found a copy of Carmageddon 2 at a Goodwill for 99 cents, and I am playing it this week, and I'm really enjoying it.
This week I'll go with the game I just finished and now have nothing to play when I'm trying to fall asleep at night with Netflix. I was playing through Link Between Worlds again.
Ooh,
and
it's a good one.
Yeah, it's
that's one's gonna have actually built nostalgia on me.
Oh yeah, because half the time we were playing at the store.
Oh yeah.
I remember beating the baseball game because you were terrible at it.
I was so fucking horrible. I'm fucking pissed off at this. And Gary's like, it's fucking easy.
It was easy. I beat it this time too, and I'm like, why did Jerry have such a problem with this?
I just fucking sucked at it. I don't know why.
But yeah, I played through, got all the hearts, beat it again. This time played with the sound on.
Oh, yeah?
The first time I didn't because it's
game.
a handheld game, and I generally just watch TV while I play. Man, the music in that one's great. But yeah, it's probably in a Zelda game, probably one of the best stories, just because it actually has
I loved it. I think it was worth every bit of my, $40.
And then game I'm playing when I'm supposed to be working is Super House of Dead Ninjas. Seriously, if you want a challenge and you want to feel good about actually beating a game, play through it.
Yeah.
It's on games.adultswim.com or it's on Steam.
Oh, I'll probably check it out on Steam then. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you know what, guys? Fucking post your nostalgia stories down below. I would like to hear them.
Oh yeah, let's hear. Any story you have, anything that you look back and say, yeah, gaming.
No, that perfect scenario. Like a lot of us, we notice we do a lot of Christmas time. There's that nice, scenery where like with snow. And
Oddly
Christmas
enough, all my gaming Christmas stories are like before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Not after Christmas. For some reason, I feel more nostalgic before the holiday than after.
I mean, I got some summer stories. I got some spring stories. And I guess
my summer game will always be Final Fantasy X. Still haven't beaten it. Every summer I would start it, and then school would start just before the end.
Just for the fuck of it, we'll come back later on with another maybe part 2 of nostalgia later down the road.
Yeah, because this was a good episode, and I kind of want to talk about seasons now.
We can talk about seasons of games, of how you feel like what games you want to play in. But yeah, please fucking tell your stories down below. We would love to read them.
If you like what we're doing here at Nullspace, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Nullspace Gaming, and also our blog at nullspace.gaming.com. And be sure to show your support by making donations via the PayPal buttons. Every donation is appreciated. From all of us here at Nullspace, we wish you adieu.
Happy gaming, everyone.
Adieu.